Welcome to this episode of The Lantern, Matt from MGMT Boston. Today we have Breana, the co-founder and CEO of Owle, a health tech startup built here in Boston, and she's going to tell us what she's building. So Breana, thanks so much for being here. We're at the MIT Sloan School of Management. What are you building with Owle?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, Matt. Really honored to be here and share our story. At Owle AI, we are tackling the problem of nurse workforce crisis that happens in the long-term care facilities and rehabilitation centers today. So if you see, about 140,000 nurses dropped out of profession. And what does that do? Because of the shortage of the nurses, it leads to burnout for the existing nurses. And as a result, the patient outcomes are impacted. We're having more poor patient outcomes, and the facilities have their negative margins because of all these poor patient outcomes. So that's what we are trying to solve with our platform, which is an AI-first care automation engine.
Really important problem to be solving. Now, what is happening inside your startup today as we enter the fall 2025 into the end of the year? What are you working on with your team?
A lot of exciting things, actually. We made great early traction. So we just wrapped up our pilot with a healthcare facility with 150 beds, and we got our clinical validation for the models that we were supposed to get the clinical validation for, and we published our research study as well. And now we have a pipeline of 3 more pilots, so that's what we are getting ready to serve these customers. And our first pilot, they signed up a purchase intent with us to scale our product to all the 5 buildings. So we're going to be projecting like 1 million in ARR as soon as we launch in market. So that's what's going on.
Revenue is oxygen for startups, so we know that. Now, what have you learned building this company as an MIT Sloan grad, now building a startup that you would pass back to maybe it's other grad students, other operators, other founders in the ecosystem to scale a company like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my second venture. I have sold the business prior to this, and that was a purely service-based business. This is a product-based venture scale business, which is a little different. It has larger impact. Sure. And particularly while building this startup, what I learned is it really helps to bring in the experience from being working in regulated industries, because it's high stakes environment, you're dealing with live patients. And it's so important for you to have pivot as your second nature, because you're constantly reiterating and testing your features and getting customer feedback. So always staying close to the customer and getting their feedback into the product, that's something that is so crucial. I just wanted to add that you can't develop like a shiny technology just because there's this hype of AI and then go out and find a client. What we did is we found the clients and then we did all the validation, and in partnership with our clients, we developed this product.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And last but not least, like, how can we help you? How can we help Owle grow here in Boston and beyond?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Boston is a great place for health tech startups. I mean, it's the Wall Street of healthcare. So any connections pertaining to healthcare systems or facilities, long-term care centers looking to improve their quality rating or improve their efficiency and address these kind of issues would be open to talking to them. And any early believers who think that this is a very serious problem to be solved with an exponential rising aging population would love to talk to any early believers.
This is Breana from Owle, Matt from MGMT Boston, this episode of The Lantern. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.